hell is this? I mean, seriously, who made this? What is up, everybody? I am your legendary commander, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. This is Brontos in 2018. And to answer the question, that is the Brachiosaurus costume. Yes, that's all it is. It's just a costume. It's nothing special, nothing new. It actually came out pretty much months ago when the archaeology event came out. The costume has absolutely no effect to its stats of any kind. It's just a costume. That said, the Bronto actually only comes in one variant. Unlike a lot of dinosaurs, this Bronto did not get an aberrant variant of it. At least not yet. We haven't seen that yet. With the extension coming soon, we might very well see either corrupted Brontos or something similar to that. But as of right now, the Bronto is singularly just a regular Bronto. Looking at the Bronto comes out pretty tanky just at level 1. Really good offhand. And despite it not ever having a TLC pass, the Bronto has had a few changes to it. One of those changes was the weight stat. The weight stat was double that, allowing it to have twice as much weight as it normally does. It doesn't condense weight like other dinos, but it does hold a lot of anything you put on it. When you start to tame higher Brontos, they start to get a little more health, looking around 8,000 health plus, really depending on that stat point where it's placed. That said, though, I'm talking a lot about the health on the Bronto, but not all Brontos are made equally. A low-level Bronto, you probably want to pump health in it just so it can tank out some of that damage. But if you find that mid-level Bronto and you're just taming a Bronto that can kind of survive, but at the same time you need to carry some stuff, well, you might want to pump some stuff into weight. If you're trying to build a racing Bronto, you might want to pump movement speed. But for the most part, Brontos are pretty much health tanks, and that's about it. Weight, really, if you're really carrying something across country, I guess you might use that, but there are a lot of faster ways to get across the country than using a Bronto. While the stamina stat might seem high, it's actually relatively poor. The Bronto is very slow, and so therefore pumping movement speed is probably your best bet, even over pumping any into stamina. The reason I say that is the Bronto, like I said, is very slow, and it uses up that stamina, and then the regen on the stamina is excessively slow itself. That means you'll be sitting there waiting for the stamina to regen, or you'll be walking at a very slow pace while you're waiting for that stamina to regen, which takes absolutely forever to continue to walk. If you're going to go ahead and turn that Bronto anything other than a health sponge, the other thing you might want to do is go ahead and add some of that melee. Base Bronto melee is 60 points of damage. That's not bad for a Bronto. It's actually the same as a Rex. Rex runs with the exact same similar stats. However, the Bronto's attacks are a lot slower, and while it can do a more area effect damage, it really can't hold a candle to a Rex that really wants to eat you. It's not all bad. Brontos are really good at one thing, that's collecting berries. Oh wait, I mean actually lagging servers. Brontos are so good at collecting berries that when they hit large patches of bushes, they lag the server. As you can see, the plants are slowly popping and breaking versus actually being broken all at once instantly. Some tribes will even use this on their attacker, using the lag to lag the server out during a base raid. The lag may cause disconnects or downright even just causing the player to continually run further and further into the enemy turrets. If you don't have a grinder already, Brontos are also really good at collecting thatch. I actually prefer them over any other dino for harvesting thatch. The reason for that is they can collect such a large swath of area just by swinging their tail. If you station your Bronto out there, they're pretty safe. You don't really have to worry about much trying to eat you, as most dinos won't eat you. But if you do have to fight with something, you can hold your own against most things, except for something like a Giga. Unlike most dinos, Brontos actually wear two different types of saddles. They have their standard saddle and their platform saddle. The platform saddle's kind of lost a little bit of its punch, but you know, that's to be expected as things when they're overpowered at first. The platform saddle used to be able to house auto turrets and plant decks. Both of those have been taken off. You're no longer able to place those. But you can still place things such as the minigun turret, rocket turret, catapults, things of that nature that have to be manned by a person versus automated defenses. However, if you are on the right unofficial server, that server may very well let you place turrets and plant decks on the back of the Bronto. Taming a Bronto is relatively easy. Any noob on the beach can actually tame it. All you need is a bow or two, some trank arrows, and just enough ability to either run and hide or have that extra movement speed to stay ahead of the Bronto. And you can pretty much take out almost any Bronto. If you're going to tame a good Bronto, this is the only time I suggest using kibble on these guys. Otherwise, just veggie tame it. They're pretty much Otherwise, walk away tames. That's really all they are. And you can just throw the veggies on and walk away. Otherwise, use that turtle kibble, that carbonate kibble. You're gonna need a lot of it. Normally around about 100 or so of carbonate kibble just to tame one, if not more, depending on that Bronto. Be wary of that level requirement on these kinds of dinos. They moved a lot of the dinos around recently, and reaching those levels is much harder. Don't be this guy, tame a Bronto, and not be able to make a saddle. Well guys, that's all I got for you on the Bronto in 2018. We may see something new soon, hopefully we do. But when we do see that, hopefully you're there to join us on the new Extinction server. It's going to be launching on November 6th. If you have a PC, come join us. It will be modded. Rates will be 4 times collection, 3 times taming, 1 times XP for pacing reasons. We'll be running S Plus as one of our major mods, and a few other mods just for the fun of it. Come join us guys. We'd love to have you. But that's going to be it for this one. You all take care. And I'll catch you next time.